Hey, what's up guys? JC here. One question I've been getting a lot lately is, JC, we understand that you have 3 Hellbenders all built exactly the same, and you are still using the old RMRC Blue Series motors. When are you going to switch it up a little bit? Use a different frame and get some better and newer motors. I always reply with, well, I'll switch out the frames once one of my Hellbender frames break or gets damaged. And on top of that, I have to find a frame that I like more than this, and I'll switch out the motors once they eventually die, but they just won't die. They keep going and going. Not to mention, RMRC has a warranty on the bottom plate, so even if it did break, I'd get a free one. But huge shout out to RMRC for supplying me with the new Strix AWK210 frame. Not only did they supply me with the AWK210 frame, but also the new RMRC Rifle motors. If you want to watch my review for these motors, then look in the description below, unless you're watching this within the next week, because I've already recorded half of it, but I still have to go out and fly these to finish that review. Also, there will be a giveaway for these motors as well on that video. I love the Hellbender frames so much because just the design of them, they are so incredibly durable. You really can't break it. I mean, you would have to try. I love the 4mm main plate. It never breaks. The battery mounts on the bottom, therefore when you crash upside down, the pressure and weight of the battery doesn't break your top plate. The awesome FPV camera mount. The ability to direct mount the Cricket video transmitters because they have the mounting ears on them and holes specifically made in the top plates just for it. I just love it because I rarely break anything, and if I do, it's usually just a lens on the camera or maybe a motor. The one and only downside I can think of to the Hellbender is its weight. I'm not saying it's heavy, but it could be lighter. So once I saw the AWK210 and seeing how it has almost all the same features, in fact it probably has more features because the Hellbender doesn't offer this CNC aluminum HD camera mount. Which, by the way, RMRC, if you happen to be watching this, please make a HD mount like this for the Hellbender. I mean, I used to be just fine with making my own HD camera mounts, but after seeing this, I have to have this for the Hellbender. But who knows, I might not even go back to the Hellbender. This is probably, and chances are very high, that this is going to be my new favorite build. In fact, if you want to watch me build this, that's going to be the next video, so look in the description below. I'll leave a link to that as well. So where does the name come from, AWK210? Well, you get the 210 because it's a 200mm frame from the center of one motor to the next motor diagonally. The AWK comes from AWKbots. If you haven't heard of him, then look in the description below. I'll leave you a link to his YouTube channel. He is an amazing FPV racing pilot. So AWKbots and RMRC teamed up and came up with this. It has a 4mm main plate, 2mm upper plate. It is in a true X configuration. Much like the Hellbender, the battery does mount on the bottom, and it has countersunk holes drilled into the carbon fiber for those countersunk bolts. This way, whenever you crash, if the bolts were sticking out, they would tear into the battery, where this is much better for your battery. It has the 36x36mm bolt holes for your standard flight controllers, as well as the 20mm x 20mm holes for the smaller flight controllers that are starting to come around and become more common. It also has the holes pre-drilled into the top plate to be able to mount the Cricket video transmitters, and I love that because it's my favorite video transmitter and possibly my favorite frame now. On all 3 of my Hellbenders, I have never damaged a video transmitter. This is because the Cricket video transmitters have a very strong aluminum case. It's also mounted to the top plate, and I do a little modification, which I've already done here, where I make my own SMA extension, and thankfully this top plate has the hole for the SMA connector, just like the Hellbender. I'm not going to go into how to do that. Maybe if you watch my next video where I build this, I'll explain it further, and also leave you links to those videos where I show you how to do it. So needless to say, I've never had a SMA connector break off of one of these video transmitters either. I have seen many other frames that offer some type of FPV camera mount and HD camera mount, but I always find something wrong with them. At least for my personal taste, my opinion. I love that they kept almost the exact same FPV camera mount on this as they did the Hellbender. It is extremely strong. I've only ever bent one of these, and it wasn't by much, just a little bit. And even after you bend these, they still work perfectly fine. I mean, all it's doing is holding your camera. I slammed into a guardrail at full speed, completely destroyed the FPV camera, and this is all it did to the camera mount. Also like how they have 3 separate holes. This way you can either have it up and down this way, or you can flip it around and have these 2 holes on top. Not only that, but then see how it's bending to the rear? You can flip that around horizontally and have it coming out this way. So this way you have almost endless possibilities of ways to mount your camera. You can get the right height, angle, everything. As far as the HD camera mount, this is something that's unique to the AWK210. You can't see it, but there's actually 4 bolt holes run underneath this, and this allows you to slide it forward or more to the rear. As far as the standoffs, you can mount it on the very top, in the middle, or on the bottom bolt hole. The foam padding actually doesn't come on this, you have to put it on yourself. This allows you to have the option of if you want to use it or not. And the best thing about this HD camera mount, and what I find wrong with most others. With most others, you have to run the strap from the front to the rear for this style of GoPro camera. And then with others, you only have the option to go left and right for the GoPro session. With this one, you can choose either or, left and right or forward to rear. And one thing I completely forgot to mention, just by the way, this frame comes with all the hardware needed, all the bolts, everything. And matter of fact, you get a few extra once you are done assembling it. The FPV camera mount also comes with this frame. It's not an additional expense. Now the HD camera mount, this is additional, but once you do purchase it, it comes with all the hardware needed, just like the frame. Whenever you purchase the frame, you get the frame, all the hardware, as well as a battery strap and a few zip ties. And then once you purchase the HD camera mount, it also comes with this strap made just for it. And you also get this really awesome decal. As far as what I don't like, and this is an incredibly short list, here's the countersunk bolt that is for your flight controller. And it's the same length as the ones that come on the Hellbender frames. You can mount your PDB and then some standoffs and then the flight controller. But if I could choose, I would rather not have a steel bolt. I'd rather have a plastic standoff. But you can't avoid that with these frames because you're not going to find a countersunk plastic bolt. So I'm fine with the steel, it's just too long. So to fix this, and you're going to see this in my build video, Ready-Made RC actually sells different sizes of countersunk bolts. You can get the M3 by 10mm or 8mm depending on how you build it, and I'll cover this in the video, but you can use a shorter one like this, and then one of these vibration absorbers that they also sell, and mount that right on top of that bolt. Have your PDB underneath that, your flight controller on top, and that way your flight controller is soft mounted. So it's really not something I dislike, it's just more of a thing that I would recommend purchasing whenever you pick up this frame. And that's going to do it for this first look, guys. So like I said, check out my build video for it, and keep an eye on my channel. If you see me using this in practically every video, then that will determine if this is my new favorite or not. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.